Hi guys, so in this Edpuzzle, we are going to go through a couple of the critical juncture questions. So very similar to what you're going to see on your test, and just kind of talking through how do I decide what question is correct, how do I get rid of, kind of narrow them down to just like 2 options instead of all the 4. So let's get started. So here we go. So here's my first picture. I have sample 1 and sample 2. So right off the bat, what I'm really trying to immediately look is sample 1 the same as sample 2? Right? This has a yellow, that one has a green. Okay? So without even reading the question yet, I know that these are 2 different substances. Before reading the question, if these are 2 different substances, do they have the same property or different properties? They have to have different properties. Okay, so already I haven't even read the question and I know most of the information. So I'm going to come down here. It says the diagram above shows the repeating groups of atoms that make up 2 samples. Will the properties of samples likely be the same or different? Okay. Will the properties of sample 1 or sample 2 be the same or different? We just said it. They will be different. So then down here, I'm going to start getting rid of some answers. So C says they're going to be the same, so I know it's not C, because I just said they're going to be different. And D also says they're going to be the same, so I'm going to get rid of D. A says the properties will likely be different because there are more repeating groups of atoms in sample 2. Versus B says the properties will be likely to be different because the repeating groups of atoms that make up each sample are different. Okay, now what question A is saying is that if I have my sample 1 and 2, right, A is saying that there's multiple groups of repeating atoms. So if my stars were molecules, it says that number 2 has 4 molecules, while number 1, I'll make them hearts. Oh, these are really bad hearts. Trying my best with my mouse. Number 1 just had 2. Now I drew them as different shapes to show they're still different substances. A is saying, oh, they're different because 2 has 4 and 1 only has 2. Is that why they're different? No, it's because the repeating groups of atoms that make up each sample are different. Okay, so the answer must be B. If I look back up here, sample 1 and 2 are different, not because sample 2 has more, but because this is the yellow and that's the green. Okay, that's like level 1, chapter 1 knowledge. Okay, this is like a third of your test. Next kind of question. Okay, this one's tricky. So I have sample 1 plus sample 2 is equals N ending substance. I want to highlight right here when it says N ending substance, that means that over here, there's one more substance that I just don't know what it is yet. Okay? So, my question says, a scientist makes 2 samples together, a colorless liquid that melts at 12 degrees Celsius, a yellow solid that melts at 390 degrees Celsius. She analyzed the results of the she analyzed the results and found 2 ending substances. So it says it right here that there's 2 ending substances. There's 2 properties. One of the ending substances was a gray solid. The ending substance is made up of a repeating group of atoms shown above. Which of the diagrams to the left shows the repeating group of atoms that make up the samples the scientist mixed together? Okay. So if I write this out, but I had 2. So here's something over here. Okay. And then I have my properties for each of them. So sample 1 is a colorless liquid, melts at 12 degrees, yellow solid melts at 390, or gray solid melts at 1,340. And I don't know what this one is, but that's fine. Are my properties the same or different? They're different. So if my properties are different, can either sample 2 be made up of this molecule? Can I see this over here? Yes or no? Absolutely not. They are different properties, so they are different samples. So I know that they can't be a yellow and they can't be a black. Down here, which one does that immediately get rid of then? A, B, C, or D? It immediately gets rid of A. Okay? Immediately. But I now know if it's in my ending, it has to be in the beginning. So I know somewhere over in sample 1 and 2, there has to be at least one yellow and one black one. Down here, I got rid of A because it can't be these two. And now I'm just going to work my way down and see, well, which one has at least one yellow and at least one black. So B, one yellow, one black. Okay, that one's good. C is missing a yellow, so it can't be C. And D is missing a black, so it can't be D. So my answer then has to be B. Okay, that's like my level 2 questions. Okay. Actually, that one was more level 3. This one's more level 2. I apologize. This one's more level 2. Okay, here we go. So I got a picture of some molecules over here. I got some mysteries over here. Let's read the question. A company that makes frying pans needs to create a new substance to coat the pans. The substance must have a high melting point. To create this new substance, workers mix together two substances that melt at low temperatures in a sealed container. The diagram above shows the repeating groups of atoms that make up the two starting substances. After mixing, the workers found two substances that melt at a higher temperature in the sealed container. Nothing had escaped. Which of the diagrams to the left shows the repeating groups of atoms that make up the ending substance? Okay. All of these words up here, all of this up here, that most of you probably immediately got annoyed trying to read, is just giving the storyline behind the science question. Okay? Down here is really what we care about. Which of the diagrams to the left shows the repeating groups of atoms that make up the ending substance? Okay? What's important up here is just showing they have different properties. Okay? So the workers found the two substances melt at a higher temperature in the sealed container. Okay? Meaning properties and these properties are different than these and these. So if my properties are different, can I have either this molecule show up here or here? No, because they're different. So they have to rearrange somewhere, okay? So I have a green and a purple and a blue and a red. Down here, if I know they have to be different, which one can I immediately get rid of because it has a green and a purple or a blue and a red? That's right here, number C. Green and a purple, blue and a red. They've just traded spots. Okay, so I know it cannot be C. What I have to do next is if it was in my reactants, okay, it must then be in my products. Okay, so I'm just going to start with the first atom that I saw. Let's check and see, do they all have a blue? So here's a blue, here's a blue, there's a blue. Great. Let's see if they all have a red. Here's one red. Here's two reds. I only had one. Can an atom become a different atom? No. So if I only started with one red, I can't magically have two. So it can't be that one. And this one has a red. And I'll check for a green. I have a green. I have a green. I'll check for a purple. Okay, I have a purple and a purple. But what's this one? Do I have a black in the beginning substance? No. So can the black magically show up at the end? No. So my answer has to be A. Okay? Okay, are these the same or different? Are different. Are they different because this one has 5 and this one has 3? No. Are they different because this one has 2 yellows and 1 blue and this one has 2 blues and 2 yellows? Yes. So down here, which answer is correct? A, B, C, or D? Okay. This is asking if the properties will be the same or different. Since they're different substances, the properties will be different, but not because there's more groups of repeating atoms, but because the repeating atom groups have different numbers of atoms. So my answer is D. Okay? They're the same color, they're the same type, but this one has 2 blues, this one just has 1. Let's replace blue with oxygen. Okay? That'd be like saying this molecule has 1 oxygen, this one has 2. It's a different oxygen. It's a different molecule. Okay? And one more of these. Here we go. Okay. Lots of words. And another one where I don't accidentally give you it. There we go. Okay. Lots of words to say. What are sample 1 and sample 2 going to be? Remember, this is an ending substance, so I'm going to have another substance over here. Are the properties the same or different? They are different. So am I going to have a molecule over on sample 1 or 2 that has pink, green, and yellow mixed together? No. Okay, I'm not going to see this molecule over here or here. Okay, so no pink, green, yellow. So if there's no pink, green, yellow, then I know, okay, I'm getting rid of C. I just said the properties are different. It can't be that one. So looking here, what would my answer be then? Which answer, A, B, or C, has at least 1 pink, 1 green, and 1 yellow? Okay, so checking A has pink, but no green. B has no pink. C has pink, green, and yellow. That means that my other product was just 1 purple. So up here, if I was to finish it, I would have plus, I'd have 1 atom that was just purple. Kind of like when we have repeating iron atoms or gold. It's just by itself. Okay, I hope that helped. I hope that cleared up maybe a little bit of last minute confusion. And if you are still confused, go back, watch the Edpuzzle again, go through the questions again, write them down in your notes. Okay, you got this.